y'all see smoke, I'm not smoking. I got 2 incense burning in front of me because to me it just sets the mood, it sets the vibe, you know what I mean? Welcome back to the show. This is episode 8. I gotta stop saying 108 because or 1 and whatever, because at some point we will have over 100 episodes and y'all gonna get confused. So this is episode 8, I believe. Yeah, welcome back to the show, y'all. This is the Identical Opinion. Mr. Parks here himself. As y'all can see, the scene is a little different. Me and Uzia decided to part ways. I'm gonna just be doing the show by myself. So it's now the Identical Opinion. That sounded mad stupid and it made no sense because I'm lying. I'm not a good liar. I just lied. Nah, Uzia is dealing with some things outside of here. Let me take this out, my bad. He's actually in the middle of moving into a new house or into a new area, whatever. And we are working stupid overtime right now. Like, the overtime that we working is absolutely ridiculous. So he's at work. And I was getting like death threats because we don't have a new episode on. So me and him agreed that, you know, when one man is down, that don't mean that the show has to stop. The show must go on. You heard me? So today it's just me, y'all. It's just your boy, you heard? Yeah, yo. So Uzia is always here in spirit, you know. Just me, him, and Marilyn in the back. Y'all say hi to Marilyn. Y'all see Marilyn back there. That's my shorty. But yeah, so we gonna get this show started. First of all, I just want to give God thanks. I gotta give God thanks for everything, because without God, Trenton wouldn't be here right now. You know what I mean? He's the man for everything. He's the reason for the season. He's the man for everything that's been happening. All the success that we've had and that we haven't even began to tap into yet. You know what I mean? And I just want to thank God first. Secondly, I want to thank all of y'all for tuning in. All the YouTube viewership, all the Twitter viewership, everybody that is on it and loves it. You know what I mean? I just want to thank y'all, because y'all don't have to. And we love the fans, man. We love y'all. We love y'all, man. I'm sure if Uzia was here, he can concur too. It feel a little weird sitting here talking by myself, but it's all good, you know what I mean? Because we gonna have to do this. Sometimes there's probably gonna come a moment in time when I'm not gonna be around and he's gonna have to hold the show down by himself, or he can have a special guest. It wasn't planned for us to do this like this. This was a real last minute thing. Good thing I already have my notes and stuff set up, because I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm just like, I've had like 10 people text me or hit me up on social media asking me where the episode was. So I'm like, F it, yo, you do your thing, don't even worry about it, I got us. And he's like, bet, I trust you. He's gonna do the editing and all of that. I'm gonna send the video to him when I get done. But yeah, the show must go on. So therefore, I'm here. Welcome, guys. Welcome. I think we have 48 subscribers now. It's a beautiful thing. I love it, because that means every time we post something, that is 48 people that automatically get the text saying that we lit and it's time to tune in. You heard me? But we need more. So continue to share, continue to like, you know what I mean? Continue to comment and continue to spread the word of the Identical Opinion, because we're going to be big. It's coming. Y'all just wait on it. It's coming. But I love all of the support right now, man. That is the greatest thing to me. This video actually may not look as good as the normal ones, because Uzia kind of got a better camera and better phone than me, and I'm recording it on my joint, but it's all good. It's all good, because I'm gonna upgrade real soon. You heard? Anyways, thank you guys. Thank you. But now that is out of the way, it's time to get down to business. Can we get a what you call them? I think it's a silent clap or something, the poetry junk. That was mad corny, so we just gonna do this. You know what I mean? Whatever. It's good. It's all good. But today's episode, this actually was my idea, because I had been thinking about some things over the past week when I've been encountering people and seeing some stuff online and talking to some old friends and things like that, this idea or this topic came up to me while I was doing that. And I just wanted to speak on it a little bit because it's something that kind of bothered me. It bothers me, you know what I mean? That people are set in this mind state. People think that they have to be a certain way when they really don't have to be a certain way, you know what I mean? So the name of this episode is gonna be You Are Not a Product of Your Environment. So we about to get into that, you heard? All right, so check it. This is my stance on that, man. Because like I said before, I've been talking to some people. I've seen some people that I used to work with a long time ago. I come across people that kind of baffle me because you expect, I know, like, as for me, when I'm gone for a long time and I know that I haven't seen certain groups of people, there has to be something that changed with me. You know what I mean? There has to be something that's different about me the next time that these people see me, because in my mind, they're going to be like, yo, what has this nigga been doing all of this time? You know what I mean? Like, what has Trenton been doing? Like, he's still the same exact person, you know what I mean? In a bad way. He's still the same exact person with the same exact mindset. Like, what about natural growth? You know what I mean? So check it. If y'all didn't know, like I said, probably in the first episode when we was describing ourselves, I never really went into detail about everything, but I'm from the south side of Syracuse, New York. You know what I mean? It's the slums. It's not the slums, but it's the bottoms. Like, it's not a enjoyable sight if you go into Syracuse. Like, there's other better places to go. Now, I love everything about that city. I love everything, everywhere I came from, every experience that I was in, every person that I met, all my friends that I had back over there. You know what I mean? Like, I love all of them to death. I love everything. You know why? Because without that, Trenton wouldn't be Trenton. You know what I mean? My thing is, my mom, and I have to thank her so much because she was the one that taught me and made me believe that, son, you don't have to be a product of your environment. Like, you don't have to stay here in this situation just because this is where you were born. You know what I mean? That was just the beginning of your story. That's where God put you. You know what I mean? So you can work against the grain and you can become something different to be an example to the world. That is really the whole reason why me and Uzziah even started doing the podcast, because me and him had got into some deep conversation, and I'm like, fam, like, somebody need to hear this so they can relate. You know what I mean? Like, this podcast is nothing but for motivation. You know what I mean? Nothing more, nothing less. It's for motivation and to get people through life. You know what I mean? So he came from a terrible neighborhood too, like in South Bend, Indiana. He was surrounded by drugs and gangs and all of this other stuff. But if you meet Uzziah, or if you have met Uzziah in person, you know that this kid is a genius. You know what I mean? Like, and the only way that you let the world know that you're a genius is you have to think outside of the box. You have to think outside of the box, because here's my little analogy that I came up with. It's like, you know, if you jump into a stream and you just follow the stream, you know what I mean? You're always, and you do this over and over. The only thing you're gonna ever realize is what's at the bottom of the stream, because you keep jumping into it and keep going to the end, jumping into it, going to the end. But have you ever thought, what's at the top of the stream? You know what I mean? Like, it could be a mountain of gold up there. It could be a different view of life. You know what I mean? Like, it can be anything. And let me tell you this, if you guys haven't seen that movie Ready Player One, there's a part in the movie where the kid is, everybody gets into, they're about to start a race, and people have been trying to figure out. The thing is, this billionaire created this world, this fantasy world that everybody get into, and you can become who you want. Well, when he died, he left 3 keys in the virtual world, and whoever got all 3 keys got to own the virtual thing, and they got like $500 million or something like that, or $1 billion. So you had to think outside of the box because he was a creator. This dude was a creator. So in the race, it's the very first key. You know what I mean? Like, now when you go, you have all of these obstacles and blah, blah, blah. And nobody ever beat it. Nobody ever beat it. But this kid kept going back to the library, reviewing tapes. And then he heard him say, why can't you just go backwards? Why can't you just put your foot to the pedal and drive and go backwards as fast as you can? So the second time the kid goes and takes the race, he lets everybody go. And then he puts his car in reverse and he just gasses it backwards. Come to find out, that's how you win the race. All he simply did was think outside of the box. That's it. And he got the key. He got the first key or whatever. And if y'all haven't seen that movie, it's a really good movie. You should go watch it. But he got the key. He got the key to he got the first key. And that was a realization to me, like, who would have thought that going backwards was the way to win the race instead of going forward and going with the current? You know what I mean? Like, you never know what's at the top of the current until you try to swim upstream instead of downstream. Just a little analogy. It's probably corny to some people, but whatever. So I wrote down a little bit of notes, and the first thing is, whoever you are, as far as being in this place right now, you have to look in the mirror and take fault for whatever you did. You know what I mean? I don't know what you've been through. I don't know where you've come from, but there's always been, there's something that you've done in your life and you felt like everybody can think about one incident right now where they thought about something and they like, dang, that probably kept me from doing this or kept me from doing that. When really, that's not what happened. Whatever you did was supposed to happen. Now, don't get me wrong, some of the stuff we cause on ourselves. You know what I mean? A lot of pain and stuff we cause on ourselves. It's not nobody else's fault. You know what I mean? It's not the world's fault. It's not where you were born. It has nothing to do with any of that stuff. All you have to do is look in the mirror and take fault for whatever you've done, whatever you've been through, and whatever self-inflicted wounds that you caused on yourself. You have to take blame for that. That's step one to me of thinking outside of the box. Especially when you know when you're old enough to know what's going on in the world and you know right from wrong. And I know like growing up as a kid, our parents teach us right from wrong all the time. You know what I mean? We know not to touch a hot stove. But if we don't, you know what I mean, we will touch it. And then the next time, you know, because my mom used to do it all the time. Like if we would go in the kitchen and reach up on the stove, she would take our hand and put it real close. And she'll be like, you see, that's hot. You don't touch that. And we like, oh yeah, got it, Mom. Not doing that anymore. Hot. And you know, and just stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like things of that sort. You know right from wrong, but there's a difference from knowing right from wrong when you're a kid and when you're an adult. You know what I mean? So you got to look in the mirror first. That's the first thing. And you take fault for whatever you've done throughout your life. You know what I mean? Like, and see, what did you do to get you to this point? Because you're always going to be your biggest enemy, no matter what. It doesn't matter, like I said, where you were born or what environment that you were put in. You don't have to stay there. You know what I mean? God created all of us equally, but he made all of us different for a reason. He put certain people in places for a reason. You know what I mean? So it's not to stay where you are. It's just to build you up to get to where he wants you to be or where you're supposed to be in life. but you have to begin to think outside of the box and take fault for everything that you did. Because, you know, we look at people that's in jail, or some of the crazy people that's killed people, and we'll say, like, you know, dang, that person is effed up, or whatever the case may be. But if you think about it, everybody in life is a killer in some way, shape, or form. And that's everybody watching this. And it sounds crazy, but if you think about it, how many times have you killed a dream? How many times have you killed somebody's feelings or your own feelings? How many times have you killed emotions? You know what I mean? How many times have you killed progression in your life? Everybody is some type of killer in some way. You know what I mean? Some, you know, like the people that's put in jail and things, you know, they do the physical killing, but what about the emotional and the spiritual killing and the mental killing that you've done to people over the time? You know what I mean? So no one sin is better than the next. You know what I mean? You can't judge the next person because they physically killed somebody, because you're just as guilty for killing somebody's heart. You know what I mean? Or killing somebody's mental, talking down to them, or whatever the case may be. Like, you just as guilty, because now that person is hurt too. You know what I mean? So everybody at one point in time has killed something. We all killers. You know what I mean? But you got to learn to reverse that and learn from it. You gotta begin to take those things that you've done and make them stepping blocks. Because at the end, by the time when you learn from stuff, when you learn from things, you by the time you realize you've then already built a house. You know what I mean? Now you like, oh, I'm starting to see it. You know what I mean? I got it. I'm learning from my mistakes. I'm moving forward. I'm putting stuff past me. You know what I mean? So I'm starting to get it. You know what I mean? Like, you have to create your mind. Like, and I'm saying all of that to say, that you thinking outside of the box is absolutely 100% of the way to become, to defeat the odds, I should say. Let me just say that. In my opinion. Now, this is the identical opinion. This is all my opinion. So, that's my opinion. One of my other notes says that breaking the boundaries and going against the grain is actually the best way to defeat the odds. Again, that's just my opinion. I never ever, anybody that knows Trenton knows that I never like going with the crowd. I've always been a trendsetter. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what got me here. I think I said it either in my snap, or I think I said it on one of the episodes. But I told you that I was told, you know, that you carry yourself so well that people don't think that you need help. And let me be the first to tell you that that's not true. Like, I need people to check on me. I need help every once in a while, you know what I mean? I'm a human too, you know what I mean? But it's just the way that I carry myself. You would never be able to tell that I came from where I came from, because it's strictly defeating the odds. That's all it is. It's strictly carrying yourself a different way. Just because I'm from the bottom don't mean I have to act like I'm from the bottom, or don't mean I have to dress like I'm from the bottom. You know what I mean? Like, I admire people like LeBron James and Kevin Hart and, you know, Tiffany Haddish, and I can go on and on about them. Like, they came from nothing, but they're giving back to their communities. Like, you would never know. LeBron is almost a billionaire. Kevin Hart is a millionaire. Tiffany Haddish is a millionaire. Like, you got all of these people, and sometimes you will see a football player, or athlete, or a celebrity, and you like, yo, why can't they stay out of trouble? There's only one reason why they can't stay out of trouble, because the physical is all good. They don't have to worry about bills and stuff like the normal person do. It's only one reason they can't stay out of trouble, and it's a mindset. You keep old friends around, you know what I mean? You keep the same crowd around that was getting you in trouble back when you was in the hood or wherever you from, you know what I mean? And this is what happens. This is a result of it. Everybody has problems, rich, poor, Asian, black, white, fat, tall, skinny, whatever. Everybody got issues in the world. Everybody. You know what I mean? All you got to do is take ownership. All you have to do is take ownership and think a little different. You think a little different, get a little creative with things. Yo, your world will be completely different. I promise you. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Your confidence will be skyrocketed. You will start to be able to trigger things in your mind that you never thought you could that you never thought you could get to. I'm telling you right now, thinking back to when I was in New York, I never thought I would be sitting in front of a camera having people listen to me. I don't care if we get two views. You know what I mean? That's two people that's listening to me, but we getting over 100 on all of our episodes. So that's hundreds of people that's listening to me week by week. This is a blessing to me. To me, I've bettered myself in many different ways. I've bettered myself. You know what I mean? And I thank God again for this opportunity. Let me see where else I wanted to go. It starts with a mindset, and everyone won't be able to relate just how life is positioned versus not being that guy. So this one was pretty much this note that I took down was just saying, again, all it takes is a mindset. You know what I mean? Like, you have to say enough is enough to get to where you're going. You have to say enough is enough. You can't be the person that's like, I don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to be that guy, because that guy is going to be the innovative person that changes lives sometimes. It's just, I'm just letting y'all know it's okay to go against the grain. It's okay to be different. You know what I mean? Like, these kids nowadays in the world nowadays, like if you say something weird or you do this or you do that, they make you feel crazy. Like, it's crazy, yo. Like, I seen like big girls like shaming fit chicks now for being skinny. Like, it's weird. Like, today's world is super weird, and I just don't get it. I don't get how it is, but everybody's so opinionated, you know what I mean? And they make you feel like you have to be in a box. Because check it, I believe when we was born, we were programmed a certain way because of the environment that you were put in, because of the schools that you were put in, because of the circumstances that you were born into. Everybody. I feel like we were programmed a certain way. But at what moment do you say, son, I don't gotta think like that? Because I'm gonna tell you when I realized that I was a different kid. When I was back in New York, I was in middle school right before I came here, and they was trying to tell my mom to put me in not special ed classes, but it was like delayed learning. They tried to tell my mom to put me in delayed learning classes because I wasn't catching on to stuff like the other students. Well, my mom, you know what I mean, she felt some type of way, and she like, I know this kid is not what they saying he is. You know what I mean? So I'm not going for it. I'm gonna keep him in these classes. Well, come to find out, it's not that I wasn't learning as fast. It's just that I was learning in a different way. You know what I mean? For the classes that they just sat there and talked, you know what I mean? And the demonstrations was boring and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the way that Trenton learns stuff. I'm a very, very, very hands-on person. So as long as I didn't have to sit there and just watch people do stuff, you know what I mean? Like, any class that I had my hands on and I could be actually like involved with, straight A's, good grades. You know what I mean? Now, I hated school and I was just lazy, so I didn't pass with straight A's. Like, I didn't graduate high school with straight A's, but that's how I learned. You know what I mean? And the world will make you feel like you slow. Like, for real, they'll make you feel like you slow. And you're not slow, fam. Like, you just different. You're a little different. But that was one thing when it's like, well, I'm gonna just have to show people that I'm not slow. You know what I mean? Like, my mom was like, I ain't even worried about it. You know what I mean? Like, I passed school with no problems whatsoever. If I wasn't lazy, I probably would be in college somewhere right now. That's how intelligent I am. You know what I mean? Like, I'm an intelligent being. I'm gonna just keep it a being. I'm intelligent, but it all started with a mindset. I seen where I came from. You know what I mean? I seen where I came from. And when we moved to Columbus, we still was living in the bottoms. You know what I mean? But like I told y'all before, this year, I'm gonna get my credit right so I can have my house built. I don't know nobody in my family that's ever had a house built. And you know what? I'm gonna film it too. I'm gonna film it, and I'm gonna let y'all see the progress of where I came from. I don't care if it takes me till I get till 40. And I mean, like I said, some people are different. They was born in different situations and stuff like that. But I gotta fight for everything that I have. Every single car that I have, they always been in my name. I pay all of my bills. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a product of my environment whatsoever. Just because I'm black and I wear my hat a certain way, you know what I mean, and I like earrings, I put my grills and stuff. That's just stuff that I like. I do that because I like it. But if you ever see me dress up, I clean up nice too. You know what I mean? Like, I clean up real nice. And I'm not boasting myself at all. I'm not talking about myself or anything like that. I'm just saying it starts with a mindset, B. Like, it starts with a mindset. Like, you can't continue to, anybody that I meet and they see me and we happen to depart and they see me 10 years down the road, they want to be like, oh, I want them to be like, yo, this kid is really doing good for himself. You know what I mean? Because I know I can think of about 10 family members right now that when I go back to New York, they're going to be doing the same stuff, living the same way. You know what I mean? Like, with the same mindset. And then they're gonna call me bougie, or they gonna call me too big because I don't think like them. Like, we ain't on the same level. We don't move the same way. You know what I mean? Like, we don't move the same way. That's just what it is. Because I told myself a long time ago, I'm not living how I was born into the world. You know what I mean? And again, don't get me wrong. I love where I'm from. I 100% love where I'm from. But I don't have to stay in that mindset, because if that's the case, I would be in jail right now, or I would be in a gang right now, or I would be selling some type of drugs right now, or, you know, I would just be a bum. And I'm far from that. I would just be some type of bum because me being born into the situation that I was born into, that's what the world say I gotta live like. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta get up and get motivated some way, somehow, yo. Like it's 2019. Think about what you've done for yourself. Think about where you came from, and are you still in that position? Don't be afraid to take the leap of faith and step out on faith, and you know what I mean? Don't be afraid to do different things. Don't be afraid to be that weirdo, you know what I mean? Like, because you have to do different things to get different results. It's 100% true. There's no way that you're going to run the same race but get a different medal. There's no way. There's no way that you're going to dig in the same hole, you know what I mean? Like, and find the treasure that you're looking for. You got to go to different spots. You know what I mean? Like, you have to take different approaches about things. It's okay, yo. Like, let me be the first to tell y'all, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to see my people do good. Like, I want to see my followers do good. I want to see my family do good. I want to see my friends do good. You know what I mean? I want to see everybody do good. And again, it only starts with a mindset, B. That's all you got to have, because they say we only use like, what, 10% of our mind or something like that. So imagine if you can access 10 more percent of your mind. And it's possible. It's very possible. Just get motivated this year. Go to the gym. Stay healthy, eat healthy, you know what I mean? Keep healthy people around you, keep healthy relationships around you, keep positive people around you, good vibes. Y'all see me, if y'all don't follow me on Snap, I'm always talking about good vibes. Even when I don't feel like, you know what I mean, that day I'm having good vibes. Even when I'm going through some things, because I'm human too. I go through things. I'm going through things. You know what I mean? But I'm always going to keep that positivity, B. That's what I'm on right now. And people said some of my friends told me that like something snapped when I turned 30. But I don't think it's that. I think it was just, it's natural growth. You know what I mean? It's just simply natural growth. And I thank God for it, because I can see stuff in a different light, B. I can see stuff in a different light. I don't have to beat around the bush about stuff. I don't have to lie about stuff. You know what I mean? My mindset is different. I have a different mindset. I have a different mentality so I don't have to think like I used to think. You know what I mean? I don't have to dress like I used to dress. I don't have to walk and talk like I used to walk and talk. You know what I mean? I can walk with a swag, you know what I mean? A little swag. A little swag, you know what I mean? It's all good. But yeah, man. That was my little message to y'all. Like I said, hopefully, no, not even hopefully, Uzziah will be back on the next one. He just, you know what I mean, I just had to hold us down for today. But yeah, we got more episodes coming, yo. I'm gonna wrap it up because I've been talking for too long as it is. And I'm missing the football game. The football game is actually on right now, and I'm trying to pay attention and watch it, which anybody that know me trying to watch football and record an episode is a no-no. I don't even know why I left the TV on, but I left the TV on. And this game is good too. So yeah, yo. Thank you all again for tuning in. This is episode 8 of The Identical Opinion. Uzziah will be back on the next one. And we got some challenges coming up, or a challenge. We have a challenge coming up real soon, probably on episode 10. We're going to do a challenge. I think every 10th episode we're going to end up doing a challenge. But this one is going to be pretty funny. It's going to be really funny. And we're going to start getting some people on too. I think we just wanted to get the first 10 episodes out the way, and then we're going to start switching some things up and getting some people on, you know what I mean? So again, thank you guys, thank you for tuning in. This is episode 8. Yo, remember, you are not a product of your environment, and it is okay to step out on the ledge, take a leap of faith, and go against the grain. B, you have to do it. You don't want to be put in the same category as everybody else. So you gotta start thinking outside of the box. You heard? So until next episode, like my man Joe said, I bid you adieu. We out.